It is the final race before the All-Star race. This means any driver without a victory this season knows that they're not into the All-Star race. They want to win here today in order to get themselves a shot at a free chase berth come Tuesday. On the pole for today's race is Oliver Galloway in the 6th. To his outside is Joe Jefferson in the 31. Then in third, Pennsylvania of Luke Rain. To his outside fourth is teammate Max Saracen, and Levi Jones rounds at the top 5. In 6th place it's Jay Jefferson. 7th is Roman Fenway. 8th is Sebastian Kugelman. In 9th we have Tyler Fink. Rounding out the top 10 is Trey Rainey. He won the target race yesterday from that exact same starting spot. Can he do it again here today is the question. The rest of the field is Jonathan Reese, who's outside is Cole Luigi. Behind them, Derek Richard and Nathan Norman, along with Jeff Wright and Mathis Wells. Then Eli Brett, the Philadelphia Eagles scheme, Colton Young, who's outside. And there's Carter Joey and Jake Galloway, along with Alex Fletcher and Alexander Rowe. Then there's William Bullen and Al Agassi. Behind them, Danny Lloyd and Anthony Traubois. Then there's TJ Hanley, who's inside points leader, Anthony Hernandez in the 48. And with Wyatt Walker and Matt Godin, 2 teammates, along with Cement Oskin, who's 3rd in points, and Riley Sampson, who's 2nd in points, starting on the same row. And there's Stephen Taylor and Adam McDowell, along with Jonathan Buford and Mitchell Collins. And there's Derek Hamill and Trey Wright, along with Carter Friesen and Marshall Burrow. And in the final row, Vince Vincent, who's outside, is the 7 of Gretchen Lynn. So there's our 42 cars to do battle in the Gatorade Cup Series Turkey Hill 400. Let's get on trackside and fire these engines up.
Drivers, start your engines!
And the field firing their engines up as we get ready to do battle the Pocono Raceway. It's the tricky triangle here in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. And the 42 Gatorade Cup Series cars roll off the starting grid as we're getting set to start the Turkey Hill 400. It's a cloudy afternoon here in northeastern Pennsylvania. And who's going to have the setup right for a day like this? Can Trey Rainey win the Cup race after winning the target race yesterday from the same starting position? Can Luke Ray get back to victory lane at Pocono? Or can someone else try and steal it from the Rainey brothers or any other Pennsylvania natives? 24 laps here at Pocono as they come down the front stretch. Oliver Galloway, Joe Jefferson, to the green flag, it's waving. We're racing at Pocono. Jones, around goes the 92. Sideways into the field, Trey Rainey hits him in the 51. And now cars out of control of the 9. Jeff Wright's upside down to the 9. Up and over goes Jeff Wright, left 1. And we saw at the 3 wide that was probably going to happen, and it did. Hanley Jones, there's Lynn. Danny Lloyd has stopped Wyatt Walker. It was Luke Rainey powered around to get to the race lead. And then issues behind. Luke Rainey and Sebastian Kugelman 1-2 back in front. But the damage done behind the field. It's Levi Jones turn to the outside wall in turn 2 on lap number 1. Jones all torn up. He came to the race inside the top 5 in the point standings. Let's see caution number 1 and the reason for it. Racing off into the tunnel turn. Aggressive racing by Levi Jones in the bottom lane. Dives it hard to the corner. Just cannot make it stick. He slides up from the inside lane up to Max Anderson and Oliver Galloway. 92 and 6 hooked together into the outside wall hard. Anderson gets away in the 12. A lot of others get away. Look at Roman Fenway sideways. He gets away right here. Trey Rainey, a little contact with the 92. 6 down to the 42. Got hit hard by Matt Godin. 41 all torn up. Adam McDowell up. 42 again. There's Jeff Wright upside down. Griffin Lynn, the 7 all torn up. Riley Sampson 2nd in points involved. And I believe Anthony Hernandez did miss this in the 48 car. But Jeff Wright, a wild ride here. We'll have to see how the 42 and the 6 and others kind of fared. Oliver came down to Code, and it all kind of went on from there. Code got hit from behind by Matt Gunn. Yeah, Cement Osgood also made it through 3rd in points. There's Jeff upside down. There's Lynn with his damage in the 7. Jeff Wright took a wild ride. See Code. Oh, and they wrecked in 3. Anton Charles and William Bullen wreck, and then they get hit again. As they're all trying to get in, Bullen hits the brakes. Anton Charles doesn't really think about that. Runs right into the back of the 3. 24 got some damage. You can see the damage to the rear of the 42 cars. He got hit. Look at this from the camera, which looks down the short chute. Get an understanding of what happened here with Jeff Wright, Cole Luigi, and the others There's the 42 getting hit a few times. The 41 came back up. Got to the 22. There's Jeff going upside down. Griffin Lynn a hard hit in the 7. Jeff just spinning like a top back there. I don't think that car ever comes back on all fours, and it doesn't. So that's a tough lick for a lot of drivers, especially a lot of champions in the Gatorade Cup Series. Hanley was involved. We had Cole Luigi. We had Jeff Bright. We had Lynn. That's 4 champions in the Gatorade Cup Series, all involved in that. However, Pennsylvania native Luke Rainey back in front in the 2 car. Staying on the racetrack, Luke Rainey will be a race leader in the Turkey Hill 400 here at Pocono. The field is in the tunnel turn as we get back to racing on lap number 6 here at Pocono. Griffin Lynn, Jeff Bright, Levi Jones, Matt Godden, Alexander out from the crash. Car Joey, a tire issue for the 17, has put him out of this race. 36 cars are on the racetrack on the lead lap, hoping to try and salvage some sort of vision. Or we might not be done with crashes. We've seen a lot of crashes here at Pocono in the past, especially big ones. It's Pennsylvania native Luke Rainey trying to win here from the 3rd starting position. He's out front currently. In 2nd is Sebastian Kukulan with Tyler Fink in 3rd. Max Harrison 4th. Jonathan Rains 5th. Inside the top 5 currently, we have 4 Fords, 3 of which are Penske affiliated Fords. Then Derek Richard, Matt, as well as 2 teammates are 6th and 7th. Joe Jefferson back to 8th. Eli Brad to 9th, and Jay Jefferson rounds out the top 10. The field off turn 3. Restart on lap 6 for Luke Rainey, Sebastian Kukulan 1-2. Down to the front stretch, and we're back racing here in the Turkey Hill 400 at Pocono. Jump there for Kukulan, stay with the 2, already looking to the inside. Didn't even get to turn 1. Max Harrison goes with him. Tyler Fink stays high. Here comes Bouchard. Car spreading out down low into turn number 1. Kukulan, the 1, using the inside. He'll grab the top spot away from Luke Rainey easily for the 1. Now can Rainey get the run to the top side with push from Tyler Fink to get clear of his teammate Max Harrison to step and move into the tunnel turn. He got a good push. He is clear of the 12. Luke Rainey keeps 2nd for now. But Kukulan's out front of the race lead in the 1. Tunnel turn. This is where they wrecked on lap 1. They're going to try to make it through clean this lap. And they do. Luke Rainey, Max Harrison, 2nd and 3rd. Here comes Derek Bouchard to the 4th position, the 20 car. Joe Jefferson, the 31, up inside the front 5. He starts 2nd in this race. Kukulan comes out the corner, leads the Penske duo of Luke Rainey and Max Harrison to the start-finish line. Kukulan leads lap 6. Rainey, a push from Max Harrison. His teammate Harrison takes it to the bottom of the 12. Got a good run. He took it to the bottom of his teammate. That's the best move to do. Turn 1. Harrison beneath Luke. They stay side by side. Sebastian Kukulan up the racetrack from the lead. But gets a good run off turn number 1 and down the backstretch. Luke Rainey still side by side with his teammate Max Harrison for 2nd. And 3 wide. Anthony Ness to the bottom of the 48. Points leader, making moves. His teammate Eli Brown on the outside. Jay Jefferson, the 88, hooked together. Luke Rainey around for 2nd. Off the wall, Joe Jefferson's involved in the 31. There's Colton Young to the inside wall. Jefferson back across the track, gets more contact. Buford Hanley's involved. Look at the stack up right here. Cole Luigi in the inside wall. Trey Rainey, Wyatt Walker, Vince Vinta. They wrecked everywhere. Kukulan back in front. Max Harrison made us put his teammate. He gets back 2nd. Smet Oskin, Mathis Wells, and Roman Fenway the front 5. Hernandez gets away in the 7th position, but has some right side damage to that 48 car. Already our 2nd caution of the race. Trey Rainey will not be able to win the Cup Series race as he's involved in this one. Eli Bryant, the 88 as well. Jay Jefferson won the first go around. Look at all these cars on pit road after being torn up. Caution comes out. Multiple incidents here at Pocono. We're not even halfway through the race. Luke Rainey, Jay Jefferson go for a spin off the tunnel turn. Let's see the reason for caution number 2 in the Turkey Hill 400. There were 2 parts to this crash. Watch the battle for a second between teammates Luke Rainey and Max Harrison. Then watch back here as Anthony Nez in the 48 makes a 3-0 move on Jay Jefferson and Eli Bright. The first wreck starts up at the front for 2nd position. Luke Rainey, Max Harrison. The 12 drives hard to the corner, up into his teammate the 2, and never lifts. Luke is sideways, basically drifting through the tunnel turn. Finally gets spun around. Jay Jefferson and Eli Bright back there, get into the wall hard, make contact. Then Joe Jefferson trying to miss it. Right here, gets hooked by the 40 of Anthony Nez, sends them both hard to the outside wall. 78 hit by the 99 of Colton Yo. Down across the track for Joe Jefferson. Hits the gas to try and get his car going. Spins back up into Trey Wright, into Nathan Ormond. Trey Rainey right there gets collected. There's Adam McDowell. There's the 24 getting hit a few more times. There's the 10. And then more cars stacking. There's Cole Luigi spinning around the 42. Riley Sampson gets high. And you can't really see because of the smoke there. There's the 62 sitting back there. The 23. A lot of big names here in the Gatorade Cup Series all torn up in this. Just looking at it full, in real time. And then we'll have to look at a few more cameras to really see what happened. Because there were a lot of parts of this incident. And Hernandez spins the 31 hard to the outside wall for Joe Jefferson. Kukulan's lucky enough to be ahead of Bowman Magnus. There's Mitchell Collins, the 14. He takes it to the high side, and I think they start reckoning 3. And they do, because you can kind of hear them scraping against the wall and spinning and whatnot, tires squealing. I just can't believe Max Erickson did that to a teammate. A very aggressive move. And then Hernandez just decided to spin. I don't know if the 31 came up. I don't know if the 48 came down, but contact. With all the cars involved. And up ahead, they somehow wrecked. Mitchell Collins may have been involved in that. There's Jake Gowey scraping against the wall. But they were wrecking all over the place here down the short chute. As Trey Wright also got involved here late. There they are coming off the wall, and right here Joe Jefferson around, comes up into the 34, spins with Orman. There's Trey Rainey hitting with Adam McDowell. 51 sideways, a few more cars get involved. There's the 34, the 15, the 43, the 10, the 3, the 6, 96, 19, 38, all piled up in turn 3. So we have about 3 different crashes here. Back in front though, Sebastian Kukulan on the 1 has dominated since the restart after he made a great move on Luke Rainey. Now not much of the field is left, and Kukulan's chance got a lot better. He's won here at Pocono in the past, both the Gatorade Cup Series and the Target Series. He's looking for another one here in the Gatorade Cup Series at Pocono. He leads in the 1 as we're going to come to green just before the halfway point. Coming back to the green, a lot of cars DNF due to this crash, as out Riley Sampson, Jonathan Beaver, Trey Wright, Colton Yoko, Luigi, TJ Hanley, William Bolin, Vince Vinta, and Trey Rainey. 27 cars are on the lead lap on the racetrack. This is normally what we see out of a Gatorade Cup Series Pocono race. Normally a lot of crashes, a lot of cars retired from this race, a lot of damaged cars. Mathis Wells set to restart inside the top 5, had issues had to come down the pit lane. He'll be scored 26 currently on the racetrack. Sebastian Kukulan, the 1 lead. Behind in second is Max Erickson. Cement Oskin, second in points to third. Roman Fenway and Tyler Fink are the front 5. Hernandez in 6 has a ton of damage on the right side. We'll see how that affects his car. But we're back racing Oskin for second on the 12 to turn number 1. They got a good run. Reigns inside the 48. Hernandez puts him to the high side. Meanwhile, third in points to Matt Oskin. Wants some points right there, but gets tight underneath the 12. Anderson off the top side trying to get clear. Side by side for second. Meanwhile, at the front, Kukulan's clear. Fenway pushing the 47. He'll get by the 12. Oskin to second in the 47. Fenway looking for more. Here comes the 47 on the 1. Gets to his back bumper. Had to lift a little in the dirty air. Here comes Roman Fenway inside looking for 2 for 1. I think he might in turn 3. He's going to have to make a dive bomb to try and get to the 1. He is there. Fenway inside the 1 of Kukulan. He'll grab the top spot off turn 3. Fenway out front now. And the Turkey Hill 400. And Reigns up to second on the 4. Derek Bouchard on the inside coming forward. Halfway. 12 laps left. Oh, wreck off turn 3. And that will bring our third yellow. Legacy and Steven Taylor. 2 damaged cars have wrecked. Fenway back in front. And that is our third yellow of the race at the halfway point. Taylor takes a spin off turn 3 with Al Agassi. This was craziness waiting to happen. 3 wide with damaged cars all over the place. Al Agassi backing up through the field. Jay Jefferson to his inside. May have given the 38 bump right there at the racetrack. 38 up into the 19 of Lloyd. Contact there. Down to the 78 Jay Jefferson. 38 goes for a spin. Right here comes back up the racetrack in front of Steven Taylor with nowhere to go. 33 hard into the outside wall. Al Agassi the same there. That could be 2 more retirees added to the list here at Pocono. As they're running back of the pack, they spin around. Our third yellow of the race comes out due to it. I don't know if Jay Jefferson made contact with the 38 there, or if the 38 was mad at the 19 for something that happened. I think there was some air there. 78 put air in the 38, getting a little loose there. Going back around into Taylor, who had nowhere to go. That's a hard hit for those 2. And this came just after Roman Fenway passed 2 cars for 1. Fenway out front at Pocono in the Turkey Hill 400 over Jonathan Reigns and Sebastian Kukulan. We've already had 3 yellows, hoping to get a clean and green finish from here on out. We'll restart with 8 laps of racing to go here in Pocono. As expected, Taylor and Legacy have taken their cars to the garage, done for the day, as we have 25 cars on the lead lap on the racetrack. Hopefully we finish it like that, clean and green to the end. It's Roman Fenway leading in the 13. Behind the second is Jonathan Reigns. Then Kukulan's third, Matt Oskin, Derek Bouchard the front 5 with Max Anderson, Fink, Hamill, Hernandez, Burrow the top 10. Back racing at Pocono, the front 2 get away from Kukulan third. Reigns with Fenway to turn number 1. I'm surprised Matt Oskin didn't make the move for third. Reigns for the lead now into turn 1. Here comes the 4 inside the 13. Side by side for the top spot Pocono. Look at the push for the 1 from the 47. Gets to the 4 of Reigns. Pushing Reigns down the backstretch. 4 down low. The push on the 1 of Kukulan to the tail turn. He'll clear Fenway. 4 out front now. Here comes Kukulan for the lead again. He's dominated the race, especially the early part. Fell back. Now in the back of the 4, looking for the lead into turn number 3. To the inside, the 4, Jonathan Rains. Kukulon gonna have room to slide up off turn 3 because he's clear for the lead. 7 to go. Kukulon back up front of Pocono and the Turkey Hill 400. Here comes Anderson for second. It's been a miserable season for last season's champion. He wants a win badly. He's clear. Anderson to second. Looking on Kukulon for the lead. Tyler Fink up to 4th. Contact from Oskin and Fenway off turn 1. They sort it for now. Front 4, single file. Hernandez battles up inside the top 5 with a damaged 48 car. Wounded but not out yet. They slide through the tunnel turn. Rains looking on the 12 of Anderson for second. Maybe some contact there. Trying to get the side draft. Rains back up in line. Fink gets put to the high side on the 21. Oskin a dive bomb. Remember, he's 3rd points. He's only 14 behind the 48. A few positions ahead of Hernandez here today. He'll get him to the points. Up to 4th for the 47 as 4 second Rains inside the 12. 6 to go. Anderson, though, with the draft from the 1 back off the top, stays clear. Now, can Max Anderson try and run the 1 down? Can Oskin get to the 4? Contact for 3rd. Rains pushing to turn 1. Saves the car. Oskin falls back. Now the 4. Good run to the 12. Takes it to the inside. The 12 blocks. Down Long Pond straightaway. Battles over the racetrack. But by the front single file for the front 4. Rains into the tunnel to the inside. I think the 12 is not as fast as the 4 and the 1 right now. Kukulon's had the best car out in front in the clean air. But Rains up to 2nd. He's at a fast car. Osgood up to 3rd in the 47 as Anthony Nance slips back. But now gains spots back off turn 3. Here comes the 48 down low. He just passed the 37. Looking to get by the 20 of Derek Bouchard. 5 to go. Point no return near Pocono. Yellow flag would end the race. Kukulon leads. He wants that to happen. And lap cars and damage cars are 3 wide further back. Kukulon to turn 1. A nice gap. Rains though in 2nd runs a lower lane through 1 and 2. Trying to gain, but the 1 faster off the corner and down Long Pond straightaway, down the back stretch. Oskin is 3rd in the 47. Right now, currently, I believe he would be our points leader at the end of the day. Looking, got a good run. Takes it to the inside for 2nd. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it stick is the question. He's had a fast car. Coming to 4 to go. Inside in turn 3. Oskin is through to 2nd. He has a shot. Here to win in the Gatorade Cup Series at Pocono. Hernandez falling back to 47, wants to see that. Currently in position to take the points lead, but he also wants to win. 4 to go for the 1 of Kukulon. Mathis Wells has fought back after having to come down pit road. He's in this front pack. I don't think he's got a shot to win, but a great recovery for the 18 team. Here comes Oskin looking on the 1 down Long Pond straightaway. He has a run. They're looking 3 wide behind for 3rd. Fletcher inside, Anderson middle lane. Here comes the 47 for the lead. Oskin takes it to the inside of the tunnel turn. He'll grab the top spot from Kukulon. 47 to the lead. Now Kukulon back to 2nd, but in line. Can he get the run in the draft to try and get back to the 47 and make a pass in these final 3 laps? Oskin out in front in the Turkey Hill 400. He pulls a gap off turn 3. Kukulon the draft in 2nd. Now Alex Fletcher up to 3rd. Fenway is 4th. Derek Bouchard up to 5th. Anderson Rains fall back to 6th and 7th. And we talked about the 18 Mathis Wells. He's back up to 11th. He wants a top 10 surely out this day. He has a shot. He might have some fresher tires as well in that 18 car. Into turn 1. Kukulon back on the 47. It's a 2-horse race at the front. 47 and 1. Gonna battle it out here at Pocono today. Will be Oskin. The 3rd points will be Kukulon looking to turn his season around. Into the tunnel turn. And remember for Kukulon, a win today would put him in the All-Star race. Oskin is basically in because he's top 10 points. The 1 wants this win badly. He's going to take it to the inside. Kukulon for the top spot to turn number 3. Side by side again. The 1 has the inside preferred lane down the front stretch. 47 battling off the top side, trying to get back by. Left for the 1. 2 to go, Pocono. Then being side by side, here comes Derek Bouchard in the wake in the draft. The 20 has a good run to turn number 1, but Kukulon clears Matt Oskin right there. 47 off the top side, the 1 slides up. 47 a good exit to turn 1. Down Long Pond straightaway. Rains in 4th, Burrows up to 5th in the 37. It's not over yet. The 47 back to the 1 of Sebastian Kukulon. He's looking inside again. In the total turn, the 47 gets to the back of the 1. Oh, but pushing him down the short chute. Reigns for third on Bouchard. Coming to the white flag. And the Turkey Hill 400. Kukulon leads. Oskin second. Bouchard third. Reigns fourth. Which one of these four win here at Pocono? White flag. Last lap at Pocono. Oskin on the back of the one to turn number one. Does he make the move? Does he wait? He looked. A fake to the one for now. Turn one. Oskin looks low. He's there. Big move. Here comes Bouchard. 3 wide the 20. Can Derek Bouchard win? Can Oskin hold up for his first of the season? Down long pond straightaway for the foul time. Bouchard has a run, but can he get to the 47 in the tunnel turn? Oskin slid up. Bouchard takes it to the bottom. Here they come down the short chute for the foul time. Can Bouchard get to Oskin? Maybe rallication. Turn 3. Final time through this flat 3. Oskin holds the bottom lane. Bouchard slides up. That's it. Off turn 3. Third in points to Oskin, our new points leader, with the win in the Turkey Hill 400 at Pocono. Bouchard tried, but that 47 did so great in 3. The 20 could get to the inside and cement Oskin with the victory here at Pocono's first of the season. He's definitely in the All-Star race at this point in time. Let's go see the finishing results of the Turkey Hill 400. Here's how they finished at the end of the Turkey Hill 400 at the Pocono Raceway. 3 caution fights for 12 laps, all those coming within the first half of the race, and 6 lead changes among 4 different drivers as it cement Oskin reigning supreme here in Pocono and taking over the points lead with his first victory of the season. Derek Bouchard tried at the end, but ends up second. A good point save for the 20 though. Sebastian Kukulon's up third. Most laps led 12 for him. He definitely had the dominant car. Just in the wrong place at the wrong time there at the end. Jonathan Reigns 4th, Roman Fenway in 5th. Then Marshall Burrows 6th, Alex Fletcher 7th, Anthony Hernandez in 8th loses the points lead. Matheus Wells a great rebound for the 8th attempt to come down pit road, restarting around 25th by all those damaged cars. Makes way back up to 9th. Great recovery for the 18. And Max Anderson, probably his best race of the season, rounds out the top 10. Look at the top 20. Not many cars. Galloway without damage here today. Car Friesen was well torn up. He ends up 14th. Jake Galloway, same there, ends up 15th. McDowell damage in 13th. I mean, basically every car on the racetrack, besides maybe the front 10, had damage at some point. Even Hernandez was all torn up in the 48 car on the right side. Ends up with an 8th place finish. Looking down 21st to 40th, only 24 cars finished on the lead lap and running. 25th on down, retired from the Turkey Hill 400, including some big names, some heavy hitters, some drivers up there in points. Griffin Lynn didn't even get to complete a lap because of the crash on lap number 1. Jeff Brett upside down. Remember, during the first crash, Jones was involved. Craziness here at Pocono. 16 races in, that was the final race before we get to the All-Star race. Here are the point standings. Cement Oskin, his first victory of the season, moves him up into the points lead by 24 over Anthony Hernandez, who was second, and those two have distanced themselves from the rest of the field. Riley Sampson is third in points. He is 97 behind the 48, 121 behind Oskin, and then he is 128 ahead of Jonathan Reigns. So Sampson's in a world of his own. The front 2 are ahead, and then Reigns is so far behind right now, 4th in points. His teammate Wyatt Walker is 5th in points. Jones falls to 6th. Marshall Burrows 7th. Carter Friesen 8th. Derek Bouchard up to 9th. And Griffin Lynn down to 10th, only 1 point ahead of the 11th place runner Sebastian Kukulon. There is the top 20 in points. TJ Hanley, right now 13th in points, is one of the wild cards, along with Eli Bright, who is currently 20th in the point standings. Griffin Lynn is in danger, only 1 point ahead of Sebastian Kukulon. If he falls out though, he has a guaranteed wildcard spot as long as he stays top 20 in points with those 3 victories. So that's to make someone like Eli Bright, TJ Hanley nervous if that 7 falls out. I mean, that's a wildcard spot taken away. Look at the front of the field. I mean, Oskin, Hernandez, they've distanced themselves. Sampson in a roller zone, and then Reigns is so far back of the 15, 128 back of 3rd in points. Riley Sampson, 249 behind Cement Oskin, the points leader. Carjo with his win is 21st. A bad race here has put him down below the top 20. Jake Galloway is 26th. Mitchell Collins is 27th. Look down, Anton Charbot 33rd. Cole Luigi is 40th in the 42 car. So some bad seasons, but for someone like, say, Anton Charbot, for Cole Luigi, Mitchell Collins, Jake Galloway, even though they're not top 20 in points, they have the All-Star race next race. If they can get a win in that All-Star race, they're in the chase no matter what. And they would take a wildcard spot away. And McDowell, so close to his first top 10 of the season here today, couldn't get it done. The 22 currently still 41st in points. The only driver, the only car without a top 10 on the season. As we look ahead to the All-Star race, Oskin is in, Hernandez, Walker, Jones, Friesen, Lynn, Hanley, Eli Bright, all winners, along with Carter Joey, along with Jake Galloway, Mitchell Collins, Anton Charbois, Cole Luigi. That's right now 13 winners that are in the All-Star race due to victories. Look down, Riley Sampson, Jonathan Rains, Marshall Burrow, Derek Bouchard. That's 17 drivers now that are in. Those drivers are in the top 10 points, so they obviously get the they obviously get it due to them being inside the top 10 points. So that's right now 17 drivers. Look down at others who made the chase last season, possibly don't have victories or inside the top 10 points this season. One of them that comes to mind, Sebastian Kukulon. He's in. Have to think of a few more. Can't really think of them at this moment. We'll just have to see how this All-Star field goes. Maybe a lot of laps as we go through the All-Star Open, followed by the All-Star race. It's going to be a wild, insane 2 races to determine who gets the free chase berth. And then after the All-Star race, we will head and start the Super Speedway swing as we head to Talladega for the Aaron's 499. But before that, the All-Star race at Homestead. So I'll see you guys for the All-Star.